So transit-oriented development that's now in motion, it's basically development of a built environment that's dense within, it's along a rapid mass transit corridor that's high frequency transit is there. It's basically you concentrate the development around the stops. The stops as well as it's the density that's within a walkable distance that comes into factor whether it's. So basically you concentrate all the facilities, all the areas that you want to reach is within a very walkable distance, and so everything is within reach, and so it's less car dependent because you may use alternative transportation systems like walking, like biking, or other modes. Okay, so in determination phase, it's determined by whether the existing routes are there and what's the street and route network that basically connects it to other areas. It's basically you check whether the frequency of services are there, what's the street conditions there, because that's also a point of concern, whether you are concerned about some area or the safety or the connectivity of the area. That's also a matter of concern. And also you go for the population demand and requirement, what's the population trend, whether it's increasing or decreasing, what's the demand of the people of that particular neighborhood, what's the required areas or facilities that's lacking, and that's all that's in demand. Also you check for the scope for development within it, because you check whether there is suitable land for any facilities, or if there is some requirement of facilities, that's and also you check for the missing facilities that's not there but that should be added in those areas. So how does it comes with the social perspective? So number one point is cheap transportation, because you are dependent on mass transit and walking and biking. You don't need to invest on a car. You get easy access to all the facilities and to jobs, because when you are commuting daily, it matters a lot in case of total transportation cost that you are being affected with. Also the environment is walkable, so basically it increases the social connectivity, because density is in a particular location, so you meet frequently with people. It makes the environment more vibrant and the neighborhood more vibrant. Okay, so for urban planners, we always first look at the zoning. What's the particular zoning of a parcels or in an area, whether there are a lot of commercial or residential, or there is a good mixing of the proportion. Also you go for the land suitability analysis. Whether what you can accommodate within the area, whether all the areas or the lands that's built there, if that's utilized perfectly or not. You also go for the field survey of what's the existing condition or current condition right now, and also reflect them according to when you are taking the decision. Then comes the evaluation phase. After you propose a decision, so you compare the daily trips of a or a car dependent area to an area that's a transit oriented development, and you check the service levels, whether there is more requirement about the more services, if there is a time bound frequency is required, or the streets and road usage, whether they are used frequently, or whether there are some areas of concern. If the people are not feeling safe or other points, you locate them according to GIS and take measures happen from there. Also it comes with the living affordability, whether it's not there because the demand increases, and also the use mix, whether the use mix that designated or that was thought is there or not. So where comes the problem? The first problem is high density, because some urban areas are already dense, so people complain that more density actually the living condition will be decreased. Also there is steep competition between the different facilities of land demand. The pollution is a major concern. The overall pollution get reduced, but it's concentrated to the major area and a small area. So ultimately while you are walking or biking, you are basically exposed to a dense pollutant environment rather than if it's spread over. The land price rises and gentrification is another one. So because the demand of land is high, so basically the built up cost is high. Ultimately it increases the rent as well as the price within the area. So what it happens is basically you create an environment for which is cost effective for peoples, but ultimately it not always serves the purpose. So cultural mismatch and diversity loss, it's always a factor.